Hi guys, we're almost there. I'm really excited for everyone. I've been seeing a few pictures along the way and I'm really happy about what everyone's doing and everyone's comments. So this morning, well today, I'm actually going to start on doing like the matte varnish on her so we can start with the combo hair. I'm just going to put on a pair of gloves at the moment. I've been working with some baby powder fragrance. Some of you guys might know that I sell. So I've been decanting it into the little dropper bottles and I've got some fragrance on my hand. So I don't know how that would react with the actual kit and all the paintwork. So to save having any problems, it's best that I get my gloves on now. My cat is annoying me. Everyone knows my cat. Go away. So best to put the gloves on just so I know that Hope is safe and she's not going to get any of her paintwork wrecked by the oils. I don't know what it would do. So anyway, I've got my little cosmetic wedges here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip the edge off the cosmetic wedge for this. Now, if you like, you can keep it as is, you can keep it flat. I'm going to use the ripped edge because that wasn't a good rip, because I actually like that it's going to give it that little hint more texture. I'm actually not using matte varnish today. I'm actually using the 3D texture medium. You've seen me use it on other occasions. I used it on her hair. I think this is very similar to the matte varnish, but with the 3D texture medium, I think once I'm pouncing it on and putting it all over the kit, it gives a nice feel in the end. I really like it. So that's what I'm using, but if you've got matte varnish, you can use matte varnish. Some people use satin varnish. Some people even have used just the thick medium, but I would definitely go for a matte varnish or the 3D texture medium. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoop it a little bit out, just out of the jar like that. I've got a little sort of a plastic paddle sort of scooper thing there, and I'm just going to put that directly into my bowl, just on the edge, nothing specific. Now, as I've said before, you can mix a little bit of colour with it. You can tint it a little bit with some flesh or even a little bit of red if you want to redden it up. I don't need to do that right now, so I'm just going straight for the matte varnish for the 3D texture medium. So all you need to do is just rub your cosmetic wedge on it. You can either pounce it on it or just give it a rub. And then you just pick up your kit and you literally pounce it all over. Now what we're wanting to do is to make sure that it is blended. So we don't want just to put it there and then get another bit and put it there. We need to sort of even it out, really stretch it out. So just that little one bit you want to take far, so as far as you can. It's hard because this is like a clear product. You don't actually know, but you can see, or I can actually see that there's no globules there. It all looks very even, and that's what you want. So what you do is you just keep going, just as long as you're blending it out. You'll have or you may have noticed yourself or other people talking about, they've done a matte varnish and it's really white. There's white spots everywhere. That's normally because it hasn't been blended properly. Sometimes it might be because it hasn't been heated properly. So after we do this, now I'm going to do this to the entire kit. So put the varnish, matte varnish, or as in my case the 3D texture medium, over the whole kit. So that includes the whole leg, in between fingers, in between toes, the face, in the ears, behind the ears, sides of nose, mouth, everywhere. Put it over the whole entire kit. And then I'm going to bake it. So the usual bake for 8 to 10 minutes. That's what I do. Some people might prefer to go longer, 12, whatever like that. It's just what your preference is really. But generally, if you haven't done this before, you can bake it for 8 to 10 minutes. Then I leave it to sit and cool. and then I bake it again. And some people even do it a third time, and that's just to make sure that it's, you know, it sets properly. So I'm just going to keep going like this. Now some people also wouldn't do the matte varnish over the hair if they're about to root it. Sometimes when you've done the matte varnish and you stick the needles in, it can leave little white marks. So some people don't even set it on the head. But in this case I'm going to, because I've done all the painted hair, I want to make sure that's all safe and sound, and I'm going to set it. And then the combo hair that I'm putting in at the top is going to be very, very fine, so I won't come across that issue. So go ahead now, do your complete matting, and then bake it, and then come back. We're so close. My oven, I just wanted to show everyone, because I've had a lot of people asking. It's a Euro-made brand. I don't know what they have in areas where you guys are around. It's quite a large size. If you look maybe to the size of the sticky tape, or even, let me see, I've got a bib here. So if we look to the size of the bib, how big it is quite large. Okay, so I've got it all set up here. So my temperature is on just around 120, and she is all in there. Hope is all in there. She is on a tray which is covered with a white cloth nappy. So just close that and put the timer on. I always put my timer on to 20 because I literally sit here and I watch her for the next 10 minutes and take her out. But I just find when I put my timer on, say 8, it'll stop in 5. So that's why I sort of do it for longer. So she'll sit in there for the 8 to 10 minutes, basically just baking. When I take her out, I'll be able to actually pick her up and put her aside. But generally, most people won't be able to hold it. Yeah, so when you take it out, it'll probably, for most people, a little bit too hot to touch. I'm fine because I've got a high heat tolerance, but generally you might need something like a little oven mitt or something to grab the kit with, or even those white gloves, you know, the white dusting gloves. I use them in my reborning painting, but it's also good to use them in taking the kits out when they're too hot. So she's been in there for about 4 minutes now. And she's just warm to touch. My hands are clean, don't worry, but I'm going to leave her in there for the full time, put her aside, let her cool, and then put her back in again. So I'll be with you after I have done all of that. Okay, glowing head in front of me. So the beautiful Miss Hope has been totally heat set with the varnish, and now I'm ready to do the hair. So I probably should get my little tripod, shouldn't I? Got it. Okay, so I've just got little baby Hope. She's got the heat lamp in her head. Now you might have seen my other videos regarding the hair rooting heat lamp. I thoroughly advise it now. I can't believe that I ever had to work without one, basically. So I've got her. She's heating right now on my hair rooting pillow. Now this I just like because it just keeps everything in place for me. I highly recommend them as well. You'll see them on my website if you want to have a look. I've got a non-slip mat down here. Now this was given to me by my beautiful friend Kerry. I hope you're watching. Kerry just gave it to me because she had a few and she's so giving that she loves me and gives it to me. But I'm putting it down. It definitely is great because it's non-slip. I know that this isn't going to move when I'm rooting the hair. So it's fantastic. So I'll set that there. I've got my needle now. I'm using the mushroom rooting tool today, and in there I've got a 1 barb 42 gauge needle. Now you can have that needle. You can use any kind of needle that you want, whatever your preference is. I'm just doing this very fine, so I'm just sticking with 1 barb. I've got my mohair. Now I'm using this color today. It's got like a slight red tinge, like light very light red tinge. It's mainly a light brown color, but I thought it's hard to see with her glowing head, but it really matched her hair that I've painted on, so that's what I'm using. I've got my spray water bottle with conditioner in it that keeps the hair down as I'm going. I've got my shears scissors, absolutely the best scissors that you can use when you're rooting because they're easy. You don't have to get your fingers in any holes or anything, and they can get into the tiniest places all around the eyelashes. Don't cut my own eyelashes off. And of course a toothbrush for brushing my teeth. No, I'm not going to brush my teeth with it. That's when I spray the hair and I brush it down. It's much better. You know, you've just got the little end on it, so you can use a baby brush, of course, but these being so small, they're like particularly directed just to that little area that you want to brush or comb at that time, so I suggest that too. So I'm all set up here and we're going to get going. Hope is warming up very nicely, so let's see how we go. Okay, so she's still heating. I'm happy to let her keep on heating as I'm rooting her, so hopefully the glow of that head isn't too much for you. I'm going to now put on my camera onto the tripod so I can get you guys to have another view. I'll move over this side so I can put in the image that we want to see there. Okay, let me just set this up. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see that perfectly there. So as you can see, Hope's head is glowing. So this is warming up nicely. So you can see that in the little other image. So what I'm going to do is with the hair, this is the mohair I've got, like I said. Now I'll just switch this off so you can get a better little image there of the hair color, how it matches. Now obviously that's a thick piece. I'm only going to be doing a very, very fine thin hair, but it does match in really nicely. So I'm just going to pull some off there. Oh, I've already got some, but that's not the color I want. I think I want that darker shade. Just trying to work out what shade of it I'd like. Thinking it. Okay, I'm going to go with the end because that was the original color that I wanted to go for. So I'm just going to cut off the end part there a little bit. I'm going to cut off a few inches. Normally I just cut off about an inch, but because I'm only doing very fine hair on her, I just want to see how I go. Now I'm going to leave that rooting lamp off for a bit so you guys can see what I'm doing, and hopefully it will be seen all right. Basically, I'm just going to be doing it ever so fine. So I'm not doing the whole head. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm going to try to go within this line. I'm going to follow this line and maybe do a few outer edge bits. But I'm not doing the whole head like I said. This is a combo. It's mainly you're looking at the painted hair, and that has to be seen through the hair. The combo just means it's going to be like a light fluff that you'll be able to see there, which gives it a 3D sort of look. It makes people look twice, like when they're looking at it, they think, is that real hair or not? Okay, so just making sure that my barb is facing down. I am just going to root fine hair in now. I don't even know how you'll see through there. I'll do a few, but there's one there. As I always say, it's really hard to work like this. I don't want to get too many hairs in one plug, so if there is too many, I'm going to pull them out. It's easier when I'm looking like this. I can see a little bit more how many hairs I've got there, so I pull them out easily. So I'll just keep going with this a little bit, even though I can't see properly, a little bit blind. Okay, it's very, very fine. I'm not sure if this is going to pick it up in this video. Yes, you can see it just there. Can you see how fine it is there? So if you're looking at it probably from this angle, you wouldn't see it, but from the side, you can definitely see it poking up there. So I'm going to just do a few hairs at a time. and then bring you back to see every few moments. Okay, so you can see how I'm getting that fluffy little bit up there. It's really cute. And now it's going to be completely random where I actually put these plugs, and that is because, like we said, we want to see the painted hair. This is just giving it the 3D look. Now if you can see my hair there, which you can see that I can see each little strand there. Now that's being highlighted by using the heat lamp. It's fantastic. So I can see that I just want to get this, say this little one hair here, you see that, and if I poke it through and it goes through just that one hair, see that? Don't know how well you can see it, but there it is there. So just randomly poking in one hair here and there, and this will be really quick. Like I can literally root this combo hair probably completely finished within half an hour. And then if you also get extra hairs, like you can see, I think it's this one here, you can see that there's just too many hairs in there. There's about 3 or 4. I can pull some of those out. Better to use my little tweezers. But yeah, because it's the combo hair, it needs to be nice and fine. Now you can see how that's working there. So I'm going to keep going towards the back. I'll do a little bit now for you to see. And that's the best part about the combo hair. You don't have to be as uniform as you normally would when you're doing rooted hair. I adore it. Adore it. Now I'm getting a few too many hairs in there, but I'm just trying to do it for the whole aspect of showing you. I'm going to take the light off. See how you can see, like this one here, you can see there's 2 hairs in there. So it just gives it that little 3D sort of look. So I'm going to keep going with that. Now you can work out exactly yourself where you want it to go. You can just do it up this strip in the middle. You can bring it out to the sides a little bit more. It just all depends on you and what you like and what you want for your customer, or even yourself if you're making it for yourself. Now I've got little tweezers, like I said, but they're over there at the moment, so I'm not going to go get them. So I'll keep working on that. Even if you want to do the combo hair all over the head, you can even do it around the sides. It is completely up to you with what you would like to do. The benefit of being the artist is you normally can make the decisions unless your customer is very particular in how they want it. So I'll show you how I'm going with that in a minute. Okay, so that's where I've got up to the back there, as you can see. I'm just going to wet it down in hopes you may be able to see better. I'll just show you like that first. But yeah, I'm just going to wet it down so you can maybe see exactly where I've done it. So it is very fine, like I said, and I will get in with a, you can see the little hair there, isn't it cute? I will get in with a tweezers and make sure I get any excess hairs out, but that it's not even really that important to get the excess hairs out. The hair's pretty much fine anyway, there's hardly any there, and it's just for a little bit of a view, so to speak, a little look. Now while I've got my hair out, I'm going to do the eyelashes so you can hopefully see what I'm doing. I'm just going to check, try to get the best view for you guys, because I hate it when my arm gets in the way. So when you're doing eyelashes, especially on a sleeping baby, they are so easy. The awake babies are a little bit harder. You've got to get it just on like the lid area. So what I do is simply just with the needle I was using before, just find like one hair at a time. If you need to put the lamp on again, you can. And just in we go. And you can see that there's one hair coming out. Be careful with the, as you can see with the shape of my hair there, it is a slight curl. So I'm better going with something, maybe go with it on that angle, because it's sleeping. I want the hair to flow the right angle. So just keep going nice and close to each other. Once again, if we get too many hairs in, it's not a problem. You'll get your little tweezers and you'll tweezer them out. Highly recommend to root eyelashes if you've got a sleeping baby, because it's just so easy. It's much more natural than your strip lashes or your pre-cut lashes. It's just much more natural, but it also is really easy to do. And you can match in exactly with the hair color. So if you've got any gaps there, just fill it in as you go. We're going so well here. I'm so excited. So as most of you know, Hope is a Raffle baby. So after I've completed this video and she's all ready, I will do the video on her Raffle. Of course, this is at the moment today, it's the 31st of the 8th, 2017. So if you're watching this in 2018, Hope is long gone and is with her new parents. So please do not try to enter the comp. Well, it's not actually a competition, it's a raffle. So you have to pay a $20 per ticket to be in the running to hopefully win her. So as you can see how her lashes are going, they're going really nice. We cut them up. I normally cut them up after I've done the whole gluing process, but I'll do that most of it while you're with me on this video. So I go all the way to the corner of her eyelid there. You've got to think of it from the purpose of natural, you know, like a real baby, like where would their eyelashes go to? So don't overstep your mark, so to speak. Okay, a little bit more. Sometimes it's hard to get the hair as we're going down in that corner, but just sort of grab it with your needle and bring it down and push it in. You can always pull a few hairs out. So there's we're going there. I'm going to do the other eye and then I'll be back. On the eyelashes, and I'm really happy with how they're looking. Now I've got my little tweezers here. So just general tweezers is all you need. So if you see a place, like you can see just here, I might get these gloves off now. She's okay. Just here in this position here, you can see that there's a few excess lashes. So I need to be really careful to get in there and pull some out, but not all. Now I'm doing this before I put the glue in, just in case I take too much out. Now it's really good if you have bad eyesight at this stage to have your glasses on, or to have a magna light like the ones you've seen in my other videos. Something that's just going to show up. Now what we just need to do is make sure that there's a bit of a uniform look there. I can, even though, don't forget, a baby's eyelashes aren't exactly all the same, you know. We're human, we have faults, you know, some might have a thicker spot, you know, like it's just pretty normal. So I'm happy with that, and then check that I'm happy with the other one. I am happy with it. I'm going to leave it as is just to show you from that angle. And I have already pulled out a few plugs. I'll do a couple more just where I see excess hair. There, just like that. Okay, so I'm just happy with that. I'm going to leave that part as is. I've just put minimum hair in there anyway, so I don't want to take it all out. So I'm happy with that, how she is. I'm just going to take her rooting lamp out now because I don't need the heat anymore. Put that aside. Be careful not to break your bulb if you've got it. And I'm just going to put these aside. I'm going to now, I'm going to glue that in place. take that out. I like to, when I'm going to use like a tape dispenser or something similar, you might use a mug or something like that. Today I'm going to use Mod Podge for the gluing process. Other people have seen before I use Gel Bond. I've tried this on a last occasion with the baby, and I'm going to try it again and see how I like it. So basically for that, I'm going to take my little non-stick mat away because I don't want to wreck that for next time. This I can wreck as much as I like. So I'm just getting my glue. As you can see, and I'm just sticking my brush in there and getting a nice part of it. You might be able to see inside the head there. No, it's not working out that easy, the little hairs, but I'm just going to put the brush in there and brush the hairs. I'm not going to be shy. I always suggest using plenty of glue because we want to make sure that everything's stuck nicely. So as you can see, I'm just brushing it in there and also behind the eyelashes that I've just painted on as well, because we don't want them to come out after all of that work. Okay, that's all looking really good. And I'm also going to put my dummy in at this stage. Everyone knows, well, most of you should know after watching me for a while, that I have a test dummy, so to speak, and that is the one I use with all of my reborns. That's so, like I'll tell you again in case you don't know, that's so if my customer comes back and says, I want another dummy for my baby, I know exactly what pull the magnet is working on. Now, I've never used Mod Podge with a dummy before, a pacifier, so I'm going to use it now just as a trial. If I need to use my usual Gel Bond, I can go back and do that. But this is just to try how well this stuff works with the dummies as well. So when I use that, I basically put my passy on the front of the mouth where it needs to go. Just hold it in place and then throw my bigger magnet inside. Watch the glue on your fingers if you've got any, and just hold the dummy in place where I'd like it to be. Okay, I feel that that's in a nice place, but make sure it is exactly where you want it. It won't move once you've got it there. Sorry if I'm out of screen, I'm just making sure that it's in a place that I want it to be. It's very important. It must be centered. So then I just leave it sit on that. I generally would do it for around 24 hours with any of my babies. But that's because I want to make sure it is set properly. Make sure you wash your brush off with the glue. In case you want to use it again, or if it's an old brush, you can just throw it away. So basically, I'm going to leave her there for a while. I probably won't leave her there for the whole 24 hours because I'm working on this video. Okay, so we've done the matte varnish, we've done the combo hair, the eyelashes, and now we've sealed the hair and eyelashes and even the dummy with the Mod Podge. So I'm going to leave that video there as it is. I'm going to let her set overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to put her together for the last part of the video. Most of you know how to put her together, so you can do that yourself now. But if you want to watch me, just stay tuned for the next part. and then we'll have the raffle announcement, the official raffle announcement. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you are going really well with your baby. Thank you again for everyone who has liked my page on Facebook. I'll just put the little thing there. Go and like that. That gives you updates on what I'm actually doing with my babies, with my videos. And the best thing is if you want to show me your pictures of your babies that you've been working on, that's the best way to send them to me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next part. Bye guys, see ya.